have in our last video downloaded Oracle VirtualBox and installed it. Now, in this video, we are going to see how to use the Ubuntu ISO image that we had downloaded and deploy it as a web server on the Oracle VirtualBox VM. So we are going to deploy a three-tier architecture of a web server, application server, and database server using our Ubuntu 18.04 image. So before deployment, one thing we have to check. So one setting we'll have to go and check whether that is disabled. So for that, go to Start menu, Settings, and Home and Apps, and go to Program and Features. Here there is one turn Windows feature on or off. Go click on that and just ensure that this Hyper-V is not ticked. If it is ticked, untick it and press OK. It should not be ticked. Otherwise it creates problem many times. So if it is ticked, just untick it. This box should be empty, not like this, and press OK. And you might have to restart your PC or desktop where you have installed the Oracle VirtualBox. So mine is not ticked, so this is fine. So I'll just cancel it, close everything. Then first we'll start with the web server. So open Oracle VirtualBox Manager. Click on New. Here we can give the name as web server. Location is fine, and then we have to select Linux over here. After we select Linux, we get a list of all the operating systems. So here, ensure that you select Ubuntu 64-bit and not 32-bit. So select Ubuntu 64-bit. You can press expert mode so that uh, we can choose the RAM size and all, or we can select the guided mode. Anything is fine. So it gets reset. So again, I'll set web server type as Linux and ensure that you select Ubuntu 64-bit, not 32-bit. Then press next. 1 GB of RAM is fine. Then hard disk type default is fine. Create virtual disk now. And the type, the default setting is fine, VDI. Now here, uh, what we'll do, we'll select expert mode over here. And what we'll do, instead of 10 GB, we'll allocate 30 GB. So the reason for doing this is that once we migrate to AWS, we have a couple of options to connect to our migrated server. So one is using the sessions manager and another is using the SSH. So I'll show both the options. Where with SSH, you have to configure the public and private key. So how to do that? That will be in the upcoming videos. And for Sessions Manager, we have to install the Sessions Manager agent, and this does require some space for installation as well as for storing logs and all the configuration files of Sessions Manager. So if we give 10 GB as hard disk space, it might get full uh, after migration very quickly, and then the sessions manager screen will just freeze. So I'll show you all that in the upcoming videos. So as of now, we'll select 30 GB as the size, and it will be dynamically allocated, so we don't have to worry, it won't occupy the entire 30 GB. Then we'll press create. Now this is done. Now we have, this is in power off state, so we have to click start to start our web server. We will click start. So for the first time, when it starts, it detects that it does not have any ISO image file to install. So it will show us this option to select the startup disk. Now To select the ISO file, Ubuntu ISO file of 18.04 that we had downloaded, what we'll do, we'll press this small virtual optical disk, choose virtual optical disk icon, and then click add. And then we'll go to the location where we have downloaded our Ubuntu ISO file. This is Ubuntu 18.04. Click open and then just press choose. And then we'll press start button. Once we press the start button, it will start the installation. So we'll start the installation of the Ubuntu. There are a couple of options initially that we have to configure, and then it keeps on going for the installation. So it is doing its thing, initially reading the ISO file, and we see it's progressing. So now it's showing us the initial Ubuntu splash screen where we have to configure a few options. All right, so we are at the first installation screen of Ubuntu. These are the usual options that we have to configure. So first one is the language where we just set the language to English and continue. Press continue. Okay, so next we have to select the keyboard layout. Default is fine. Then we have to press continue. Next we have to choose the type of installation. So minimum installation is fine. We don't need to download any updates as of now. No, no need of any third party software or anything. Just press continue. So next it will show the option whether we want to erase the disk or other options. So we have fine with the default erase disk and install Ubuntu, and we'll press install now. So the installation will begin and it will take some time to get installed, and then your web server and Oracle VirtualBox will restart once. So this is it for this video, and thanks for watching. And next, in the upcoming videos, we'll see how to install application server, database server, and how to install the database. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Thanks for watching.